Hey, what's up, y'all? It's popping. It's D. About to react to this vid by Shanell. It's titled Lil Tay dead at 14 years old. Lil Tay? This is wild. What the hell? What happened? I used to react to this little girl quite a bit. If you remember back in the day, you know, when I was not reacting by myself, I would react to Lil Tay and I would be like, this little girl, oh my God, who is behind this? This is wild. But now she is passed. This is very crazy. Let's see what's going on. Let's watch.
Lil Tay is an internet star who gained significant attention back in 2018 at the age of 9. But now reports are claiming that she has passed away. She became very popular, flexing with money and cars and houses, and it gave her a lot of clout until her family struggles took over and she disappeared. Now we're learning that she died in a sudden and tragic way. So let's get into it.
Tragic. What happened?
So Lil Tay was a popular internet star who gained fame from growing up a little bit too quickly. I mean, she was a 9-year-old girl flexing with a bunch of money and a bunch of expensive cars, and that's how she gained popularity on the internet. But unfortunately, there are reports that she had passed away at the age of 14, along with her older brother, who was the mastermind behind her Lil Tay persona.
If you guys remember the viral sensation Lil Tay, she went viral back in 2018 as a controversial internet personality, and ever since she hasn't really been seen. People have wondered how she's been doing and where she's been at.
Now with Angus Cloud recently dying, it just seems really upsetting, obviously, to hear about Lil Tay. She's kind of disappeared from the internet, but people are talking about this because Clear Hope was really popular at one time, and nobody anticipates a 14-year-old passing away. She has an Instagram with over 3 million followers, and her family, I'm assuming, posted on her page and wrote, "It is with a heavy heart that we share the
we can read. What happened?
Claire's sudden and tragic passing. We have no words to express the unbearable loss and indescribable pain. This outcome was entirely unexpected and has left us all in shock. Her brother's passing adds even more unimaginable depth to our grief. During this time of immense sorrow and writing, I mean a 4-year child too, your 14-year-old kid. Last time we spoke about Lil Tay on my channel, I believe she was having some issues with her parents. They are split up and they've had like debates over custody, and I think her mother lives in the States but her father's in Canada, or maybe vice versa. Either way, she ended up disappearing from the internet after her mother lost her job after allowing Lil Tay to flex with expensive cars and homes that she was selling as a real estate agent. After disappearing from the internet fame 5 years ago, Lil Tay was launched into a custody battle between her parents, while suspicious allegations appeared online about her family's situation and safety. In June 2018, Lil Tay's Instagram was wiped, and the words "help me" were posted to her story. In an alleged Instagram post a few months later, a series of allegations for the Daily Beast alongside her mother, Angela, Lil Tay said, "Right now I'm in a bad situation, and I don't want to talk about these things," adding that her father had filed something to the court, and the court ordered us to go back here, and he said that I was in danger and stuff. It doesn't seem like her father, Christopher Hope, ever really liked that Claire was Lil Tay. He didn't appreciate the persona, and he felt like it put her in a dangerous and compromising situation, which it may have. He could have been just trying to be a good father, but Lil Tay was publicly speaking out against him. Now, we don't know how she passed away. I've seen a few different stories going around. For example, someone said that it was like that she had taken her own life, but then it doesn't really explain the brother part. And I actually think her brother and Lil Tay had passed away at separate moments. It wasn't like one moment where they both had passed away. And the reason I say that is because there's this article that's going around, and some people believe that this article is actually referring to Lil Tay. You guys may remember that Lil Tay was ordered to go back to Canada, and it looks like a 14-year-old passed away after a jet ski collision on a lake. So let's go ahead and break down this story. Again, I don't know if it's necessarily about Lil Tay, but a lot of people are saying that it is, because 4 young kids were injured when 2 jet ski watercrafts collided Friday evening in the middle of the lake. They said that all 4 youths were taken to the hospital on a boat where they were met with doctors and emergency health services. They say that they were taken to the local hospital, but one 14-year-old girl from Alberta died of her injuries. Police are now investigating the tragic incident, which, okay, that makes sense, so the situation is being investigated, but don't believe criminality or alcohol were involved. It does seem like this lake, Shaka Lake, actually does seem like it's a dangerous place to be, because there are also people who like lose their yachts and their boats, and now we've got skis that are colliding. They actually claim that there have been about 23 drownings across the province and territory this year. So it's not a safe lake, and it sounds like 4 kids went out there and they went to go jet skiing, and the 2, I guess, ran into each other. leaving Lil Tay dead. I actually came across this article because of our friend on TikTok, Kyle, who posted this story. Here's a clip from her TikTok.
So I did find this article from Saturday, August 5th. Alberta teen dies after jet ski accident on Skaha Lake in Penticton. Okay, listen, I'm not Canadian. Don't come for me. 4 youths were seriously injured when 2 jet skis collided in the middle of the lake. 1 died from her injuries. So this is believed to be Lil Tay, aka Claire Hope. It does say that the girl was a 14-year-old girl, and that's exactly how old Lil Tay was. In a news release Saturday, Penticton RCMP said on August 4th, so that's Friday, 4 youths were seriously injured at around 8 p.m. when 2 jet skis collided in the middle of the lake. Oh, that is awful. Family members took the youths to the marina by boat where 2 off-duty doctors and paramedics treated them before taking them to the hospital. So RCMP spokesman Sergeant Paul Bentham said that the 3 others have been released from the hospital and are okay. But again, the 14-year-old who was believed to be Lil Tay did not make it, and the family is being supported by the RCMP victim services, and arrangements are being made to assist them in returning to Alberta. Police say alcohol is not believed to be a factor in this accident. Now, from what it sounds like via the statement on Instagram and this article is that Lil Tay and her brother's deaths were separate, like they weren't related at the same time. They just happened to pass away within days of each other, which is really awful. But I haven't seen anything on her brother's potential cause of death. Again, I will let you know if and when I get any updates or information.
Now, we're not certain that this is about Lil Tay. It very much could be another random 14-year-old kid, which, rest in peace. But it's interesting to see how people are running with other stories claiming that she had taken her own life. I don't know where they're getting this information because there's no obituary yet. But some people are assuming that she had taken her own life, which is a big, assumption to make. It actually looks like her brother maybe passed away months ago, so it wasn't that recent, but it was, this year. This article is claiming that they came to the conclusion that she had taken her own life because the statement said that her death was sudden and tragic. But I argue that a ski incident is also sudden and tragic.
Right, a lot of people could be, a car accident could be sudden and tragic.
On here about Jason, her older brother, who was outspoken in defense of his sister. Either way, this is an incredibly difficult situation, and my heart goes out to Lil Tay and her family, and just rest in peace because she's gone through it. We talked about her in a few different videos before. If you guys aren't familiar with who Lil Tay is, definitely go and rewatch those videos and see what's up. But I want to hear what you guys think.
Damn, Lil Tay, R.I.P. That's real fucked up. I mean, it does sound like that could be her. Obviously we don't know for sure. But, considering the age, the time, the location, it does sound like that could possibly be her. It really sucks that she was allowed to, drive the jet ski if this, is true. This reminds me of the situation with Usher's stepkid. I remember his stepchild died in a jet ski accident like some years back. And he was also really young, probably around like 13, 14, something like that. So it's just really unfortunate that people let children operate a moving water vehicle. Why would you do that? I mean, they can be very dangerous when both jet skis are going at like high speeds and they crash. It's like a car accident. People definitely die. So that's wild. But RIP to her, whatever happened. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know what other videos you want me to watch, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.